Wait, before we start, let me explain something. I'm not showing off this 100,000 rupiah just because our currency has been having a rough time lately. The truth is, we are actually coworkers with an average age of 32 years old. We started as casual trips to check down waterfalls, and random places somehow evolved into our first long-distance riding trip together, Garut. So, let me introduce our slightly chaotic but very lovable group. Let's go! A few days before the trip, we held a technical meeting, but we spent the meeting figuring out how to use Discord as our communication tool while riding motorcycles. That's our priorities.
Gimana perasaan Anda? Deg-degan?
Sadly, Dinar couldn't join us because he had to leave town for work. At 2:30 p.m., we finally left the office and began our journey.
Garut, Kabupaten Garut, domba Garut, dodol Garut.
Unfortunately, a one-way traffic system had our plans. 25 minutes of waiting later, we learned our first lesson of the trip. Passion is part of the journey.
Depan aku satu. Ini gembolannya depan belakang lo deh.
At around 8:30 p.m., we finally reached Gunung Gelap. And then things got interesting. After dinner, Nisa had a minor accident when her motorcycle bumped into a local rider.
Easy.
We finally arrived 2 hours later than expected. At this point, everyone was exhausted. Meanwhile, Thais and I managed to fall off the motorcycle while searching for the lodging because the road was unbelievably dark.
Bengkak.
As if the day was not even full enough, a take welcomed us upon arrival.
Aduh. Udah bener di sini. Jalan lagi topinya kops. Mana sih tokenya teh? Ya udah di sini aja di sini kan. Mana? Masuk. Jauh di sana. Aku tinggal Lita. Kecil. Oh ini ya Allah gede. Gede bro. Gede. Gedean keneh yang di rumah aku.
Naturally, this resulted in everyone wanting to sleep together in the living room. But the universe was not finished with us. Our neighbors had apparently chosen that exact night to hold a karaoke concert. A very long karaoke concert. And we finally got some sleep after 1 a.m. It had been an extremely long day. 4:30 a.m., we woke up to chase the sunrise. Luckily, our lodging was located near the famous Teletubbies Hill. By 5 a.m., we were already there. No tourists, no crowds, just us, and a suspicious amount of darkness. The place was so quiet that we started questioning every life decision that brought us there. But then, the sun appeared, and suddenly everything was worth it. The hills, the sky, the morning mist, the silence. It felt like watching the world wake up. I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed an open door. Living in a dark, clouded haze, we danced, we fought. We were bound to make mistakes. Real love, we thought. We also met a new friend from Jogja. Pak Budi generously offered to film us using his GoPro, creating drone-like footage. This video exists partly because of him. Thank you, Pak Budi. I never felt like this before. After sunrise, we returned to the lodging to get ready for the beach. Breakfast first, adventure second. We brought 3 coconuts and carried them across the shoreline while carefully navigating the high tide. The place was much quieter than we expected.
Back straight and see a crooked line. Don't you worry, love. Give it a little time. Feels like everything is running past you fast, and you watch the sand slipping through your hands. I know it's hard, but that's okay.
Iya, buat putri itu mas udah kanan sendiri dia.
Gonna make it out today, and they'll follow you everywhere. We'll make it through the dawn. We will get out of here, but baby, we'll never part. Every scar you've earned means you're still alive. Every twist and turn gonna get you by, and you try to grasp what is happening.
Fortunately, the tide had already gone down. Eventually, we got sunburned, hungry, and slightly dehydrated, which could only mean one thing. Yes, it was finally time to visit the place we had been looking forward to the most, the ice cream shop, Zisui. We barely had time to rest. After lunch, we had to pack everything and move to another lodging, something we definitely didn't expect. Because of the move, we arrived at Santolo Beach later than planned. In fact, the sun had already set. Technically, we missed the sunset, but fortunately, we still managed to get some great photos. And the real entertainment was making our coworkers jealous, especially Ray. Every time we talk about the trip, he would say, "Guys, I'm actually really jealous of you. I really wanted to go."
Kita ready. Gimana perasaan Anda? Cemburu banget? Iya. Cemburu banget ya.
And Dinar, who was in Bali, was equally jealous because he was supposed to be with us. At least Linda and Amut got a chance to recover from being sick. By evening, we were completely exhausted. We hadn't slept properly the night before, and we had to wait over an hour for dinner. The bowel fish was slightly burned. The grilled squid was extra crispy, not by choice. And the undisputed champion of the evening, the sweet and sour shrimp. We woke up one final time in Garut, one final sunrise before returning to reality. The beach was only a few steps away from our lodging. No rushing, no schedules, no long rides. Just us, the ocean, and the morning light. It was the perfect ending to an unforgettable trip. The ocean stayed. We had to leave.
Ayo teh. Punten, tolong.
Wala naon pa ya? Was.
Bismillah, bismillah, ya Allah, ya Allah. Punten, pinter, dadah.